What up, y'all? We are talking mortgages today. Mortgages. I got my guy Derrick Broxton, licensed Georgia Realtor. What's going on, landlord Jay? What's poppin'? Hey, Tita, what's going on? Oh snap! Hold on, let me turn this thing around. How I turn it around? All right, there we go.
Right there.
Yeah. So what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Tosin. Y'all know, and I got my guy Derrick, licensed realtor in Georgia. You seen her talking mortgages. So I was going through a lot of like my old emails, and I've seen that I've gotten a lot of my clients pre-approved for mortgages. I'm gonna go ahead and talk my ish real quick. And give y'all some numbers. So Mrs. Ina out of Houston, Texas. I got her approved for $556,165. FHA mortgage, 30-year fixed, 96.5% loan to value, which means that she would only have to put down 3.5% for whatever property she decided to buy, right?
Yep.
So we hooked her up. Then we hooked up Natasha Georges. Natasha might even hop on this live. We got Natasha, $441,849. Also an FHA fixed 30-year mortgage, 96.5% down. So she'd only have to put 3.5% down too.
Yep.
And she could buy anything from a 1 unit to a 4 unit, right?
1 to 4.
1 to 4.
It's 4 streams of income.
Yep. I prefer 4 units because that's income property. You can make money off that, right? And the first gentleman that I hooked up was, I think he got this in his wife's name though.
Or together. Together. Or
Yeah. Well, her credit was better than his.
Okay.
And then he didn't have like a job history, so they got it in her name. Siobhan Ducille, I remember that it was out of Brooklyn, New York. Got her approved for $410,125, and that was also an FHA 30-year fixed loan to purchase multifamily. So basically, the reason why I'm talking about mortgages and going over this right now, let me turn this TV down. Let me find this remote. Don't even work. Okay, it works. Cool, it worked. Finally, something in this motherfucker works. But yeah, so we're talking about mortgages because if you have 2 years of job history, meaning you've been working a job for 2 years, and you filed your taxes for 2 years.
Very important.
Yeah, very important. Super important. And then you have the last 3 months of your pay stubs and the last 3 bank statements, you can get approved for a mortgage for hundreds of thousands of dollars to be able to buy property. It's really that easy. There is no rocket science to it. It's not really based off of how much money you make. It's based off of just you filed your taxes and you have a job. So if you work at McDonald's and you make $35,000 a year,
you're okay.
I can get you pre-approved for a mortgage, and we could probably get you $250,000 or $300,000, right?
Yep.
So it's all just about like filing your taxes. Anytime you have a job, or if you have a side hustle, you want to file that side hustle income as a 1099, and then with 1099s we can get you approved as well. So W-2s, 1099s, all that, doesn't matter what kind of job it is, doesn't matter how much you make. I'm located in Atlanta, Georgia, but my lenders and my network, they'll get you pre-approved anywhere in the country. So all the people that I just spoke of now, Siobhan, they're out of New York. Miss Ina, she was out of Texas. Ramel Newells, one half of the Young and Wealthy tour. Ramela Isaac, you know what I'm saying? Ramel's based out of New York, but he was shopping for property in Jersey. And so if I'm not mistaken, he texted me like 3 days ago, and he actually found the property. That's the one.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think he put the offer in and got accepted, and I think he's scheduled to close in like a couple of weeks or something like that. So, I mean, when we talk about generational wealth and all that great stuff, it may sound like a very daunting idea or like when somebody says something that sound good to you, but you be like, it sound good, but I don't know if I can do that.
Right.
That's not what we talking about here. You got a job at McDonald's, we get you approved and you can make some moves, and the only money that you have to come up with is 3.5% of whatever that property costs.
Yep.
So if the property costs $100,000, your down payment is $3,500, and our lender will give you the other $96,500 to complete the transaction and buy the property. So landlord Jay says, would you suggest a 203K loan? I mean, I'd suggest a 203K loan if you know what the hell you're doing. If you know how to rehab a property, yeah. But if you don't, just don't do something because it sounds good.
Right.
Do something because like you actually know how to use it. You feel me? That's like I don't know. I'm trying to find a good analogy, right? That's like giving me
Explaining them what a 203K loan is.
Oh yeah, so a 203K. Thank you. That's very important. So a 203K loan is basically a mortgage where the bank gives you the money to buy the property and also the money to fix it up so that you can move into it. So it's also an FHA loan, meaning you only put 3.5% down, but it's an owner-occupied loan. Mm-hmm. So you can't use it to like fix and flip a property. Mm-hmm. You use it like, let's say you went online or you got an agent, you got Derrick. Derrick found you a fixer-upper, and you got a 203K loan. So you bought the property at like $100,000, but it needed like $15,000 in work. Mm-hmm. The bank's gonna give you that $100,000 plus the $15,000 to buy the property and fix it up so that you can move into it, right? So that's what a 203K loan is. So you only want to use that if you actually like have some type of experience with like renovating homes or fixing homes, or if you have somebody on your team who can guide you through that process. Right. Because if you don't, you know, you're going to get the money, but you're going to find a contractor that's going to quote you too high, that's going to rip you off or whatever, and you just won't have enough money to actually do that. So now you'll be, you know, looking there stupid in a house that's not like fixed up.
Don't do that first.
But you already took out the loan for the money to fix it. So now, you know what I'm saying?
Don't be that guy.
So yeah, don't be that guy. Landlord J says, I was thinking to use on a duplex in South Dallas. I mean, you gotta ask yourself and really just ask yourself, like, do you know what you're doing? Because if you don't, you're better off just getting a regular FHA mortgage and then just buying a home that's already move-in ready. Like, why put yourself through all this stuff just because you're trying to be the investor and you're just trying to say, oh, like, if you don't know how to do it right, then just don't do it. You feel me? It's like me, like, you give me the best equipment to perform brain surgery, but I don't know how to do brain surgery. It's like, yeah, I got the best equipment, but I'm a kill somebody if you actually put me on the surgery table. Yeah. So I kind of use that as the same type of analogy, you know. He says he has a little experience on this. Okay, so if you got experience, you think you could do it, shit, go ahead. So, but yeah, hey, tell them what we've been talking about for like the last hour as far as like finding leads and generating leads and shit like that.
Yeah, so let me actually pull. We've been on
Propstream, and yes, I'm going to give you guys. So the program that we use to find all of our deals, to find our cash buyers, to find sellers, if you want exclusive seller listings, if you're an agent, we use an app called Propstream. Now, if you want to go to it, the website is different. The website is propstreamer.com. 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 And it's got a free 7-day trial. After 7 days, it's $97 a month, but it's well worth it because if you're an agent and you want to target like a wealthy area because you want to list multi-million-dollar houses, you can put in the zip code of that area. Then you can go in the filter and click show me only properties that are off market, and it's going to show you every single property in that zip code that is worth $1 million and higher, and then it's going to give you the address, the owner's name, and all their information. So you can send them a letter and tell them, hey, I'm an agent. My name is Derrick. I'm an agent with whatever brokerage. I'd love to list your property. Give me a call if you're interested. Simple as that.
It's Propstreamer, and I just came to Tosin. I was like, yo, I'm definitely planning on investing here soon. I was that guy who bought a single family home, and it just was like now I'm supposed to be all money in. So now I'm like, okay, I want to sell my single family home. I want to get me a multi-family unit, something that, I want to invest in something. So came to my guy, Propstreamer. He pulled it up for me. Like he said, it's like a 7-day
free trial
on that. And I got a lot of information just now. I looked up, I don't know how many opportunities I got. So I got a lot of homework to do. I'm going to be making a bunch of phone calls, contacting these companies, these LLC guys. Some are private owners. And we'll update you guys. I'll be purchasing something here pretty soon from Propstream.
Yes, sir. So Landlord J says, does it work in non-disclosure states? non-disclosure, that term really has nothing to do with this, because this is just pulling leads from anywhere in the country. So it doesn't matter what zip code, what city, what state. You'll be able to find all off-market properties, all the vacant properties, high equity properties, foreclosure properties, pre-foreclosure properties, properties that have tax liens on them, construction liens, everything.
Yep.
So it's not based off of what the laws are of your city or state. This is going to pull up every single property that is listed in public domain on any tax record anywhere in this country. So like, if you gave me the address to your house right now in less than 10 seconds, I'd be able to pull up all the information on the house, how much you purchased the house for, how much your mortgage is, how much is left on your mortgage, how big the house is, how many bedrooms, bathrooms it's in. I could pull up the comps in like 10 seconds. I can also pull up the transaction history, meaning everybody that's bought and sold that house before you.
Yep.
And I could pull all that up literally in like 15 seconds with just having an address. You feel me?
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. So what I always do is, when I'm trying to show people how to use this software, I always ask them, what's your address? Where do you live? And then I use their address and show them that in 15 seconds, I just found out everything about your property, how much you paid for it, your mortgage, your comps, your balance, what bank you got the mortgage with, all that stuff. So that way you can really see the power of it. It's like, oh, snap.
Typically it takes me about an hour to do comps. Like, and that's quick.
Yeah, it is.
So, as a real estate agent, it takes me a long time to run comps, and my buyers, they want to see that. So
talk about how that process is when a buyer says they want comps, and what that whole...
So, the buyer, he want to make sure he's investing in something worth the money. And by that, he needs comps. He needs to see what's comparable to the properties that's around, to make sure he's not buying something that's not worth anything. So I have to go a mile out, 2 miles out. I have to look up this home, how much this home appraised for, what's the grade level of this home. And it just takes me a long time. I'm on the computer for hours, and I don't know, he could be finding another agent by then. Yeah. So with Propstreamer, it's like, boom, in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, I'm out. I've got him a PDF file of all the comps, and it's actually... And
it's laid out. Phenomenal. So it just really saves time, and it's just more accurate, and the time is the most valuable asset, even more important than money.
Yes.
Somebody could say, hey, Derrick, I need comps for this property, and that property. If you got to do separate comp reports for 5 properties, that's about 3-4 hours of research that you're doing. Whereas with this, it's going to take you 15 to 20 seconds to pull a comp report for each one of those properties. So literally in 3 minutes, you can send them an email back. Here you go, sir.
Yep.
Here's all the comps for all the properties you just asked for. So if you're an agent and you're trying to run comps, or if you're an investor and you're buying properties yourself, and you just want to make sure that you're not paying higher, you just know what the value is that you're getting, this really helps you. Yeah. And then it also makes it so that if you're an investor and you don't want to use an agent, this makes it so that you don't need an agent. You don't need an agent, because you don't have to call an agent and say, hey, can you give me comps? And it's going to take them 5 days, 7 days, 8 days to get back to you. Unless it's Derrick. Derrick gonna get it back to you in a couple of minutes, because he uses Propstreamer.
Yeah.
That's the difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Don't be lost and not know what you're doing and just try to, screw yourself over. If you need some help with an agent, you can contact me. But Propstreamer kind of lets you do it by yourself. Look up look up investment properties. You can purchase them. You contact Tosin, we can get you approved. You have a job. Like you said, you're working at McDonald's, you're making $30K a year, you're okay, we got you. You just contact us.
You work at McDonald's, you cut grass, you babysit.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter what you do for a living. That doesn't matter. As long as you have a W-2 and you file taxes, whether with TurboTax or what's the other one, Jackson Hewitt.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you. If you filed your taxes and you got the last 2 years, I can get you approved for something that you can buy an investment property, and I can guarantee that, as long as you have your tax return.
Right.
If you ain't got no tax return, sorry, bro.
It's cool. You just file them now.
Yeah.
Like in a year, come back. Message us in about a year. You
sure.
Still message us, period, but it doesn't take long.
Exactly.
Buy your taxes this year. You'll be good. Just don't sit on it 10 years and be like, man, I just don't want to file my taxes because I cut grass, and I don't want to file my taxes because I cut grass. No, file your taxes.
Exactly. It don't matter as long as you got income. And then if you don't have like a job that pays you W-2, meaning that your employer gives you a W-2 and then you file and you get a refund check or whatever. If you don't have that, but you have a side hustle and you have money that's coming in and you're depositing it in your bank account,
That's good.
then there's a way that we can file what's called a 1099, which is self-employed. So the banks take that too. So if for the last 2 years you haven't had a job, but you've been out there hustling and hitting licks and you've been doing do-do-do-doom and you got money coming in,
You're okay.
I'll give you my accountant, and my accountant will file the 1099s for you. I would do that. Just send me a DM. I'll give you my accountant, Tanya Haddix, and she will file your 1099 income for you for the last 2 years. All she'll need to see is 12 months of bank statements for the last 2 years. So you can just log into your bank account, download those 12 months of bank statements for now. You'd want to download 2018 and 2017. She'll take that, she'll look over all the deposits, all the withdrawals,
You good?
and she'll file 1099s for you. And then January or February 2020, you come back to me, we get you approved. So there's always a way to do something. I always say that there's a solution for every single problem.
Yeah.
But we got to identify what the problem is so that we can find out, okay, how are we going to find a solution to it? So keeping quiet, not asking,
Right.
not trying to find out how, that's just going to keep you, down and just keep you out of the loop. And so, just hit me up if you're looking to get approved for a mortgage. My go-to mortgage guy is Metello Kame from Loan Depot. Shout out to Metello. He's never, ever let me or my clients down. All these approvals that I read off for you earlier of Ramel, we got him $400,000. Of Miss Ina, we got her $600,000. Of Siobhan, we got her $420,000. I process all my clients through Metello. He never, ever, ever drops the ball.
Right.
So, and if you're in Georgia and you need an agent, Derrick, this is who you need to reach out to. Derrick Broxton. You can send me a DM. I'll send you all his information as well. If you're in Georgia, this is the only person that you need to have as your agent. Like I'm telling you.
We'll get it done. And like you said earlier, staying quiet is just the worst thing you could do. You got to start somewhere. You can start now. Start now. Getting your bank statements together, filing your taxes, or just contacting Tosin with any questions or concerns. And then for your real estate matters, you can contact me. I'll get you any questions answered. If I don't know the question, if I don't know the answer, I'll get a question for you.
So shout out to Keys815. He just sent the DM and said, bro, how you been? I need to get down with what y'all got going on, trying to get some passive income. I just realized this guy, Keys815, his real name is Corey. We went to college together like 10 years ago, and we used to rap together. We used to perform raps at college together. We used to be in the studio together. I haven't seen Corey, I ain't seen you for like 12 years. But I just realized that's who it was. Yeah. Small world crazy. Hey, yeah, Corey, man, I got you, man. We gonna definitely get you right. Not sure if you know Corey, man. I'm in the middle of purchasing a 33-unit apartment building in Chicago right now, which I should be closing on in about a month. It's a $1.6 million deal. I know you're from Kankakee, so Chicago's literally like a half hour away. So next time I'm out in Chicago, we should link up and I'll be able to just walk you through some things like, hands-on and stuff like that. So
yeah, don't fall asleep, Corey. Like, stay at it. Don't just send one DM and be like,
Corey already know how I get down. Yeah, I already know how I get down. Let me see what questions we got. Do you help people with mortgages anywhere or just in Georgia? Nationwide. So all the mortgage approvals that I just read off for you, they were from all across the country. Mm-hmm. I don't think I've gotten anybody approved that's in Georgia yet. Like most of my clients have come from like out of state. Right. So New York, Texas, California, Missouri, it doesn't matter. All 50 states. Our mortgage processor, he's licensed in all 50 states. So we all good. So, if y'all got some questions, man, let us know. We're not going to take too much of y'all time. We just want to jump in and just talk mortgages real quick. And right now, we're in the process of helping one of your friends find a multifamily in Florida.
Yeah. He came to me, and he was like, pretty much about to spend a buttload of money on leasing an apartment.
Yeah.
And I was like, hold on, let me talk to Tosin. Let's see if we can find some properties. It's a pretty small city, honestly, and we didn't think we would find much. Propstream, we've got like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got a bunch of properties to select from the very, very small city now.
Yep.
And we got a bunch of selections, so I'm gonna contact my guy, refer him back to Tosin, make sure he's good to go. So, and then we looked up some properties in Atlanta. I got some buyers that they want some multi-listings, and of course we've seen like 40,000 properties. So that's why that's kind of why we're here. We just were doing some regular research, some regular work, and here I am about to help my friend pretty much purchase a multi-unit. So,
Most definitely.
yeah.
So that's just what it's all about, man. Just us figuring out whatever tips and tricks and strategies, and just sharing it with everybody who's actually seriously trying to get it. That's usually what I do, man. I've been giving away game and strategies that I've learned for free for years, man. Just wanting to see other people that's my age and younger make things happen. Ramel is 25 years old. We got him approved for $400,000. He's 25. He's 25, and he's about to buy a multifamily property that's gonna make him like $60,000 a year.
Yeah, I talked to a guy a while, just the other day. He was in his 60s, and he said he just purchased his first property 4 years ago. He purchased a 9-unit building somewhere in Atlanta, and it was a great acquisition. He said he had 17, I think, units on his portfolio, but he's 60-something years old, guys. So don't think you're too old. Don't think you're too young. Like, start now. However old you are out there, start now. You need to contact Tosin. You need to get some advice and start now. Like I said, my guy was 60. He's about 64 years old, and he bought a 9-unit property. And he's good. Pretty much generational wealth. He's good forever.
But that thing that 64-year-old guy can do, you can do as soon as you turn 18.
Yeah.
So as soon as you become an adult, like if you were working at a diner or McDonald's as a teenager, 16, 17, and then as soon as you turn 18, you can file the taxes from the income you made when you were 16 and 17 and go get approved for a mortgage and buy an investment property at 18 years old.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So if any of you guys have kids that have like summer jobs, or they have part-time jobs where after school they're working at a diner or they're working at the mall, make sure that number one, don't claim them. For those last 2 years, don't claim the kids. I know it's gonna give you an extra tax return, but like for those last 2 years that they're minors, don't claim them, so that when they're 18 they can file their own taxes and that they can move forward. You know what I'm saying? Don't be trying to get over on your kids just to get a couple grand at tax time. Like, come on now. Don't be doing stuff like that.
They need that.
You know what I'm saying? They need that so they can make some moves. Friends buy a home or a multi-unit home. I mean, you already know what I'm going to say. And if you're asking that question, you already know the answer to it. If it's your first property, it should always be a multi-family property. It should never be a single-family property.
Right.
Just the reason being is that a single-family home as your first property purchase, it's not making you any money because you're living in it.
We're working harder now.
Exactly. So, but you still got to make that mortgage payment. So it's not really an asset. It's a liability because it's not making you money. It's taking money. My easy way of defining what an asset and a liability is: an asset is something that makes you money. A liability is something that takes money. So if I got to pay to have this, it's a liability. But if me having this earns me money, then it's an asset. So your first property should never be a single family home. Your first, second, and third property should be multi-family properties. Then your fourth property, you can go buy your dream house or whatever.
You probably got a little money by then.
Exactly. You can go buy, your dream home for your family,
with
whatever.
The patio, and
exactly.
In the cool backyard. Basement that you want,
Hell yeah.
Man cave. But at first, you need to try to get some capital. I always say, when you buy that single family home, you're working for your money. Our money's supposed to be working for us.
Yep.
So get your money working for you. Go ahead and get you a multi-unit. Once you purchase that single family, it's cool. You post it on IG and Facebook, and you show the keys, and you're working for your money, right? So it's not that cool at the end of it. It's not really that cool. The cool thing would be actually making money.
100%.
You still make some money from equity if you got a great value and you get a stadium built by your home or something, and your equity goes up. And what are the odds of that? So yeah, multi-unit first.
And then also just that when you get those 3 or 4 multifamilies first, when you do buy your dream home, now your multifamily properties, that income is paying the mortgage for the house you're living in. So now you're not paying for anything. Now you're living for free, and you got assets that's putting out cash, and you can do all the things you want to do, whether it's, go on vacation, buy more property, buy a car, buy jewelry, do all that dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can do the dumb stuff because you're not paying for the dumb stuff. Your asset. That's why rich people buy $40 million jets and $50 million yachts. They're not clocking in to work to now get the money to buy that. They probably have a ton of assets to where they can afford to take $50 million from that business or from those apartment complexes and use it to buy it, so it's not coming out of their pocket. If you spent $50 million of your hard-earned, there's probably no job in this world that you can work 9 to 5 that would pay you enough money to where you could buy a $50 million jet.
It's not gonna happen.
There's that job doesn't exist. So the only way somebody can do that is by acquiring assets over time. You know, so what's that mortgage contact name again? The mortgage contact is me. Send me a DM and I will put you in touch because I want to screen you first to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row before you start hitting up my guy,
Right.
telling him that you heard Tosin mention his name and you're hitting him up and you're not ready. You know what I'm saying? Contact me. I'll screen you first.
This is the source right here. If you can't see it, it's the source.
He says so contact me. We'll go over some things. If you have everything in place, then I'll send you over and he'll get you right. But I want to make sure that you guys are in the right position first and you're not just trying to put the cart before the horse and just trying to, jump over hoops that you're not ready to jump through yet. So shout outs to everybody that came through.
Shout out to y'all. Listen, if you're looking to purchase that multi-unit in Georgia, right? I'm right here in the state. I can help you purchase that multi-unit.
Tell them what your IG is, man. Go ahead,
IG,
drop the
prominent,
man.
prominent enterprise, just like it says, prominent enterprise. Derrick Broxton, licensed real estate agent here in the state of Georgia, coming soon in Florida as well. Definitely try to purchase that multi-unit first. If you have to really want to purchase a single family, still contact me.
He still got you.
Still get you going.
And so if you didn't catch what his IG is, you can just go on my page and check who I'm following and just type in prominent and his page will pop up. So maybe that's like an easier way to find him if y'all can't spell prominent.
Or one of his last posts. I'm pretty
Yes,
sure.
yeah. So if you check one of my in the last 10 posts, I believe I made a post about him and it has all his information on there, so y'all can check that out. All right, so what is it? That's all we got.
That's it, man.
That's all we got. So
Got more work to do.
yeah, we got more work to do. So shout out to everybody for joining us live. Again, propstreamer.com, propstreamer.com, and yeah. So Truth Love Hall says, I'm here in Fairburn, Georgia, trying to get busy. So hit this guy up. You're in Georgia, hit up Derrick, and he'll get you right. Peace. All right, how do I turn this off now?
Adios.
And bam, and then I gotta download this shit now because I made the mistake and I